Hey gang, so the wild card series is over. The wild card round is over. All the teams that won and have clinched a spot in the LDS have been determined. And I'll get into that in a second. But before I do, if you like this kind of content, Yankees or baseball content, please hit that like, that subscribe, and that bell icon buttons because it's greatly appreciated and very helpful for the channel. Now, getting on to the recap of the wild card series. So, between the Rays and the Guardians won 2 of 3 in 2 games. They won in game one 2-1 with Shane Bieber as the winning pitcher and Sean McClanahan as the losing pitcher with Emmanuel Clase getting the save. In game two, they won on a walk-off home run and to win 1-0, which sent them to the LDS, which they now face the Yankees. The winning pitcher for the Guardians being Sam Henches, and the losing pitcher is Corey Kluber. That game went 15 innings. So the Guardians beat the Rays and move on to the LDS to face the Yankees. In the other American League wild card matchup between the Mariners and the Blue Jays, the Mariners in game one took that game 4-0 with Luis Castillo as the winning pitcher and Alek Manoah as the losing pitcher. In game two, it was a wild one, a complete barn burner. The Blue Jays bullpen completely imploded, and the Mariners won that game 10-9 after being down 8-1. Now, the winning pitcher for that game was Andres Munoz, who I think is the most underrated pitcher in that bullpen and probably their best arm. And for the losing pitcher for the Blue Jays, it was Jordan Romano, and the save went to George Kirby. So the Mariners punched their ticket to the LDS to face the Astros, and they win 10-9, and no Game 3 was needed. Moving on to the NL wild card, we have the Padres and the Mets. In Game 1, the Padres won 7-1, with Yu Darvish outdueling Max Scherzer and beating them 7-1. In Game 2, Jacob deGrom outdueled Blake Snell. Jacob deGrom was the winning pitcher. Blake Snell was the losing pitcher. In Game 1, Darvish was the winner, and Scherzer was the loser. The Mets won that 7-3, and then tonight was Game 3, which the Mets lost 6-0, with the winning pitcher being Joe Musgrove and the losing pitcher being Chris Bassett. So the Padres have punched their ticket to the LDS and are now going to face their division rival and one of their rivals, the LA Dodgers. So we'll get into those matchups later, but let's move on. Now, for the final wild card series in the National League between the Phillies and the Cardinals, the Phillies punched their ticket to the LDS to face the Braves. The Phillies, in Game 1, beat the Cardinals 6-3 after being down 3-0. They came back and scored 6 in the ninth, and the winning pitcher for that one was David Robertson, and the losing pitcher was Ryan Helsley. And in Game 2, they shut the Cardinals out 2-0 with Aaron Nola being the winning pitcher and Miles Mikolas of the Cardinals being the loser and Zach Efron getting the save. So the Cardinals are out, the Mets are out, the Jays are out, and so are the Rays. So the Guardians go to face the Yankees, the Mariners go to face the Astros, the Padres go to face the Dodgers, and the Phillies go to face the Braves. Now, getting on to the upcoming series, or the upcoming round. So, in the LDS, we have, in the American League Division Series, we've got the Yankees versus the Guardians. Now, mind you, all these games are going to be on TBS for the American League. And for the National League, it'll be on Fox and Fox Sports 1. But, getting back to the Yankees and Guardians. The Yankees and Guardians will play Game 1 on the 11th. And in the season series, the Yankees won that 5-1. In 6 games, they went 2-1 on the road and 3-0 at home, while the Indians were 0-3 on the road and 1-2 at home. So the pitching matchups for that. For Game 1, Cleveland has yet to determine who they're going to start for Games 1, 2, and 3. But for the Yankees, Aaron Boone has already said who he's going to start. It's going to be Garrett Cole going in Game 1, Nestor Cortez going in Game 2, Luis Severino going in Game 3. That is the match for that one, or the series for that. In Game 2, or in series, the other ALDS matchup, we've got the Houston Astros and the Seattle Mariners. Seattle in 19 games against Houston went 7-12, 3-7 on the road, 4-5 at home. The Astros went 12-7, winning that season series, going 5-4 at home, or 5-4 on the road, excuse me, and 7-3 on the road. Those games will also be on TBS. The Astros have announced Game 1 starter as Justin Verlander, so we'll see how that plays out, but I think this is going to be a great series. I'll get to those predictions later. On the National League side, we've got the Braves and the Phillies. The Braves and the Phillies met 19 times this season, with the Phillies going 8-11 and the Braves going 11-8. The Phillies went 3-6 on the road, while they went 5-5 at home, and the Braves same thing. So the Braves are 6-3 on the road, for the Braves, and 5-5 at home against the Phillies this season. So the Phillies are lost the season series. All pitchers have yet to be determined. That will be determined probably later, closer to the start of the series. But those games, just like the Dodgers and Padres, will be on Fox and Fox Sports 1. Moving on to the final National League Division Series matchup between the Dodgers and the Padres. So, in that series, the Dodgers wiped the floor with the Padres and had a 15-4 record against them, while the Padres went 4-15 in 19 games against them. On the road, the Padres were 1-9, and at home were 3-6, while the Dodgers were 6-3 on the road and 9-1 at home. Those pitchers are yet to be determined. Probably again will be determined closer to the series when that series starts. As for predictions, I've got some good ones for you. I think for the series between the Yankees and the Guardians, I think the Yankees will take that series, but they'll take it in 4 because if Shane Bieber pitches in that series, they're going to lose to Shane Bieber. But I think they will beat the Guardians and move on to the ALCS. In the other American League Division Series match, I think the Astros are going to lose to the Mariners, and I would say that because I don't think the Mariners are a team you should sleep on, folks. The Seattle Mariners just beat a very good Blue Jays team. The Seattle Mariners are hungry and they're ready to go. I think they will win that series in 5. I think they're going to take down, I think they'll lose to Verlander, and then they'll beat Verlander the next time out, but I do think the Mariners will move on to face the Yankees in the LCS. As for the Braves and Phillies, I got the Braves losing to the Phillies. And I think the Phillies will take down the Braves, and they will move on to the LCS. I think that series also goes 5. As for the Dodgers and the Padres, I think the Padres have some redemption on their mind and some payback for the season series against the Dodgers. I think they're going to win, and I think they're going to win in 5 as well. I think the Padres will move on to face the Phillies in the NLCS, and the Mariners will face the Yankees in the ALCS. Let me know what you guys think. Comment in the comments section below. I'd love to get into this with you guys. Until next time, over and out.